Good morning, before your day fully begins. Before the noise of notifications, responsibilities, and expectations rushes in. I want to ask you something quietly. When was the last time you felt real joy? Not distraction, not relief, not a brief laugh that faded quickly. I mean that warm, almost sacred feeling in your chest when something beautiful touches you. The kind of joy that makes colors look brighter. The kind that reminds you that you are alive. Now imagine waking up one day and realizing that feeling is gone. Your favorite song plays, but it sounds like background noise. The coffee you once loved tastes like warm water. Someone you care about hugs you, and there is nothing. No warmth, no spark. Just a strange, silent emptiness. If that sounds familiar, stay with me. And if even listening to this feels like too much effort, just let my voice carry you for a few minutes. You don't have to try. You don't have to fix anything right now. Just stay. There is a word for what I just described. Anhedonia. It means the inability to feel pleasure. But that definition doesn't capture what it actually feels like from the inside. It doesn't describe the confusion, the quiet panic, the fear that something essential inside you has broken. Anhedonia is not simply sadness. Sadness hurts. Sadness cries. Sadness longs. Anhedonia is different. It is like standing in a room where the lights have been dimmed so gradually that you didn't even notice the darkness creeping in. One day, you look around and realize the colors are gone. And when this happens, many people begin to ask spiritual questions. Is God far from me? Did I lose my faith? Why can't I feel anything when I pray? Sometimes what feels like a spiritual silence is also a nervous system under strain. Your brain has a system designed to help you feel reward and motivation. When something meaningful happens, your brain releases chemicals that create warmth, anticipation, energy. It is part of how we are wired to move toward life. But when you go through prolonged stress, trauma, burnouts, deep disappointment, or depression, this system can become dysregulated. It does not mean you are weak. It means your system has been overloaded. Imagine a circuit breaker in a house. When too much electricity flows through at once, the breaker flips to prevent the house from burning down. Anhedonia can be like that, a protective shutdown. Not a punishment, not a moral failure. A protective response that stayed on for too long. The problem is that when the pleasure circuit quiets down, life begins to feel mechanical. You wake up, you do what you have to do, you respond to messages, you eat because your body requires it, but there is no internal reward. It feels like existing instead of living, and here is where the spiral begins. Because you no longer feel pleasure, you stop doing the things that once brought it. You stop calling friends. You stop walking outside. You stop engaging in hobbies, not out of laziness, but because your mind whispers, "What's the point?" And the less you engage, the less stimulation your brain receives. The less stimulation, the less activation in that reward system. And slowly, the world becomes even flatter. This can feel like a desert. Spiritually, people often describe it as a dry season. You pray, but you feel nothing. You read something inspiring, but it does not move you. Worship music that once made you cry now feels like sound without meaning, and you start to wonder if your heart has turned to stone. But deserts are not empty spaces without purpose. They are places where roots grow deeper because the surface offers no easy water. Still, let's be honest, knowing that does not immediately remove the pain of the emptiness. Anhedonia can show up quietly. You may notice you no longer look forward to anything. Plans feel neutral at best, exhausting at worst. Food becomes fuel instead of pleasure. Conversations feel like performances. Even intimacy can feel distant. Movies that once made you laugh or cry now leave you unchanged. And there is something especially frightening about not being able to feel. We are used to pain. We know how to talk about sadness, anger, anxiety. But how do you explain the absence of emotion? How do you tell someone, "I don't feel bad, I just don't feel"? Many people stay silent because they fear being misunderstood. They worry others will say, just be grateful, or try to think positive, or you just need more faith. But gratitude does not switch on a neurochemical system that has been depleted. And faith is not measured by how emotionally stimulated you feel. If you are experiencing this, please hear me gently. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is seek professional help. God works through doctors, therapists, medication, research, and science. There is no shame in getting support. Just as you would not try to reset a broken bone with prayer alone, you do not have to reset your nervous system alone either. But alongside professional care, there are small, powerful shifts that can help you begin to move toward light again. One of the most counterintuitive truths is this: action often comes before feeling. When you are waiting to feel motivated before doing something, you may wait forever. In anhedonia, motivation is often offline. So instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this?" you begin to ask, "Can I take one small step anyway?" Just 5 minutes of walking, not reconnecting with everyone, just sending one message, not fixing your entire life, just making your bed. It sounds almost too simple, but each small action is like gently tapping on that circuit breaker, reminding your system that it is safe to come back online. You may not feel anything at first. That is normal. The goal is not immediate pleasure. The goal is re-engagement. Your body can also become a doorway back to feeling. Touch matters. Warm water on your skin, the weight of a blanket, holding a pet. These experiences release calming and bonding chemicals that speak directly to the emotional centers of the brain. Scent can reach places logic cannot. A familiar aroma can bypass analysis and touch memory. Nature is especially powerful. Even brief exposure to sunlight, trees, open sky can begin to shift internal chemistry in subtle ways. You may not suddenly feel joyful, but you may notice a slight softening, a fraction less heaviness. Those fractions matter. Movement is another key. Not punishment, not intense performance, gentle, consistent movement. Walking, stretching, breathing deeply. When your muscles engage, your brain responds. Chemicals associated with well-being begin to rise. Again, not dramatically at first, but gradually. Social connection can feel the hardest. When you feel empty, being around others may seem pointless, but isolation quietly deepens the flatness. Instead of forcing deep conversations, think of micro-connections. A smile exchanged, a brief greeting, sitting near someone while doing something side by side. Presence without pressure. You do not have to perform happiness. You are allowed to say, "I'm in a quiet season, but I appreciate your company." But you water it because living things need care. You may not feel inspired to prepare food, but you cook because your body deserves nourishment. You may not feel emotionally connected to prayer, but you sit in silence because you are choosing alignment, not chasing sensation. There is a profound maturity in acting according to your values rather than your feelings. Feelings are weather. Values are direction. Anhedonia can make you feel like the weather will never change. But seasons do not ask for your permission to shift. They change slowly, sometimes imperceptibly, until one morning you notice the air is different. Recovery from this state is rarely dramatic. It is subtle. One day, you notice a song sounds slightly less distant. Another day, you laugh for half a second before the flatness returns. That half second matters. It is a signal that the system is not dead. It is awakening. You may also need to practice self-compassion in a way you never have before. When the mind says, "I should be better by now," respond with gentleness. You are not broken. You are healing. Healing is not linear. Some days will feel lighter. Some will feel like you have slid backward. This does not mean you failed. It means you are human. And spiritually, there is something sacred about staying when you cannot feel. When you continue showing up to life without emotional reward, that is not weakness. That is courage. That is quiet strength. That is faith beyond sensation. The absence of feeling is not your identity. It is a state. States shift. If you are in this place right now, I want to invite you into a brief moment of stillness before you continue your day. Close your eyes if you can. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. You do not need to force yourself to feel peace. Just allow space. Imagine your inner world as a landscape at dawn. The sun has not fully risen yet. The ground looks gray. The air feels cool. But in the distance, there is a thin line of light on the horizon. You may not feel warmth yet, but the light is there. Quietly, you can repeat in your mind. Exhale. There is nothing you need to achieve in this moment. Just breathe. As you open your eyes, remember this. Your nervous system can recalibrate. Your brain can relearn joy. Your spirit can reawaken. It may take time. It may require support. But emptiness is not the final chapter. If this message resonated with you, gently let me know in the comments by writing, "I'm still here." Sometimes the bravest thing you can say is that you are still here. And if you feel this could help someone else who seems distant or withdrawn, share it with them. You never know when your quiet act of care becomes someone else's turning point. This channel, Signs from Heaven, exists to remind you that even in silence, there are signals of hope. Have a peaceful morning. Move gently through your day. And remember, just because you cannot feel the sun yet does not mean it has stopped shining.